Welcome back to Smallholding on a shoestring. Autumn is in full swing here at the moment. The forest all around me is alive with fungi. It has gone absolutely crazy. I don't know what is going on this year, but it definitely feels like it's been a big year for fungi. And this episode is just going to be, let's go for a walk in the forest and see if we can find anything interesting to talk about. I'll grab a dog, put a hat on. Let's go. Now, this culvert is something that has been giving us sleepless nights, or at least it was. Up until recently, this culvert was just a couple of walls with some flags across the top. As we've been driving across over the last couple of years, the sides have been caving in and the lane's getting narrower and narrower. And we were fairly sure that at some point it was going to give way and one of our cars was going to end up in it. And the forestry, we're not interested. It's their land, so it's their responsibility to sort out. But they weren't interested in sorting it out until the forestry manager came to visit me. Someone had grassed on me. Someone had been ringing up the forestry, complaining that I'd been stealing all the trees out of the forest. No such thing. It was that video with Mischief where I made it look like I was clearing the whole forest. But yeah, the forestry manager came down. I showed him the video. He agreed that it was just somebody up to no good. And while he was here, I showed him the old culvert and he then got on the case and here we are. It took him a few months, but here we are. We've now got a new culvert that is now safe and sound and we don't have to worry about our cars driving into it. So yeah, somebody up to no good, thinking that they were going to cause me problems, you know, there's karma for you. You know, I do believe that no bad deed gets rewarded. So there you go. If it was you that rang up complaining, thank you. You did me a favour. It was quite a palaver them doing it. The truck got stuck and then they put a pipe in that was too small. Luckily, we had a tremendous amount of rain that day and it just flooded over the top. So, story of my life, pipe wasn't big enough. So they came back and they brought in this huge, big black 24-incher and that's done the job. Let's go this way, baby. Let's go this quickly. Wow, there we go. There's a good find. A puffball. A common puffball. Lycoperdon perlatum. Lycoperdon perlatum. And these are edible and actually quite tasty. To check that they are edible, you cut them open and check that they are white throughout. Look at that. That's what you want. Completely white throughout. As the puffballs mature, the insides will go yellow and gradually turn to spores. And let me see if I can find one that has started to turn. There's an older one here, but I don't know if this one is gone quite yet. Let's have a look. There's about 18 of the puffball family. Oh, there we go. That's a good example. I don't know if you can see that. And they turn from the inside out. So at a glance, you might think that that is perfectly edible. But once you look inside, the inner is turning to spores. It's a bit wet, but it will dry out and then start poofing. There's about 18 species of puffball in the UK and Ireland. All but one are edible. And the one that's not edible is dark coloured. So any light ones that are completely white throughout, you're good to go. Lycoperdon, the family of puffballs, they call them wolf's farts. Now, you probably think that it's just me being childish, don't you? Calling them wolf's farts, but it's not. Lycoperdon is the scientific name for the family of puffballs, and that comes from the Greek. Lyco, meaning wolf, and perdon is passing wind. So it's not just me being childish, calling them wolf's farts. Let me show you now why they call them wolf's farts. Have a look at this. Isn't that fantastic? And you are doing the mushrooms a favour by doing this, by giving them a little poof, because it helps the spores spread around. These are the fungi that I'm seeing just everywhere at the moment. They are honey fungus. I was just about to say these woods are absolutely full of deer when I've just spotted this. So I've just given it a little wipe over. Look at that, that's half of its nasal cavity missing, but what a great find, look at that. I don't know what sort of deer that would be from, only a little one. But yeah, that's a keeper. I don't know what I'll do with it. Put it in someone's water tank, maybe. Just getting back to the road, and I spotted exactly what I sort of came out looking for, what I wanted to talk to you about. The fly agaric. That's just a loose cap there. Huh. I wanted to show you its big bulbous base. This is the mushroom of myth and legend, the fly agaric, the Amanita muscaria. There is truly no more magical mushroom than this. It's not a great example, it's not perfect, but I've got loads of photos of these that I've found over the years. And they are just fascinating fungi, probably the most fascinating of them all. I've been walking for over 5 minutes, so I'm definitely due a cup of tea. Let me get my kettle on, make a brew, and I'll tell you a little bit about the beautiful, amazing Amanita muscaria. Biggest fear as an Englishman out in the woods is running out of tea. I think I should be okay though. Proper tea, Yorkshire tea. None of that Barry's or Lions dishwater that they drink out here in Ireland. Proper tea. And I have got, I know this is a Kelly kettle. Some people call them, I've heard them being called gilly kettles, keeper's kettles. I know it as a Kelly kettle and the company that make them. Those kettles are great. Literally a minute. Come up here. Have you ever seen such a beautiful dog? A good girl, aren't you? Yeah. So, Amanita muscaria, fly agaric, the mushroom of Alice in Wonderland, Mario, Santa Claus and the Flying Reindeer. So many things. Really, I can't tell you them all. It would take hours. There's loads of great videos and loads of information out there. So have a little Google about the fly agaric and its uses and its influence on Western culture. But did you know that it's also great for pain relief? If you make a tincture from it, from a fresh cap, it makes a really good tincture, especially good for sciatic nerve pain, sciatica. It's so easy to do. Anybody can do it. You get a fresh cap or two, put them in a jar with some vodka or a strong spirit, and you leave it a few weeks, strain out the mushroom, and the liquid that's left should be a nice tint of red, and you just apply that externally. Don't go drinking it, or else you will be flying those reindeer through the cosmos. The fly agaric isn't actually psychedelic. It is not a magic mushroom in the normal sense. It's not it's not got psilocybin. The psilocybin mushrooms, the most common one in the UK, the Liberty Cap, they don't grow in forests and they look like this. And they're found on moors, grassland, golf courses, places like that, because they grow on the roots of grass. You will not find them growing in a forest. And the fly agaric is actually edible. Most of the books and the people that talk about it won't tell you that. But it is edible. It's no more toxic or poisonous for you than a raw chicken. You know, you wouldn't say that chicken was poisonous. You just got to cook it. And that's the same with the fly agaric. You've got to boil it, discard the water, boil it again, discard the water, and then normally people fry them, and it's got quite a sweet taste. I'm not particularly fond of it, and it's a bit of a waste when it's such a good medicinal mushroom for pain relief, like I said. And there's all sorts of ways that it can be prepared. I won't go into that today. What are you doing now? I'm being harassed by my little dog, Danu. Yeah, you want it to keep walking at you? Yeah, you want it to keep walking at you? Yeah. So I'm going to wrap this video up in a minute. Bit of a random video, really. But my mental health has been terrible recently. So I've not posted any videos for a while. August, I think the last one was. So I just wanted to try and get my mojo back, get back into filming. Because I've got a few more videos planned. I'm going to look at a billy goat. I always said I would never buy a billy goat. But here I am, going this weekend to look at buying a billy goat. The reasons why I'll explain in the next video. But we got to see the wolf's fart fungus and honey fungus. Honey fungus is just everywhere at the moment. I've got so much footage and photos of honey fungus. Whether that is a sign that we're in for a mild winter or a harsh winter, I don't know. Going off what people say about the berries on the trees, we're in for a very harsh winter. So we'll see. We'll see how the smallholding copes with that. It is said to be edible in small quantities. I've never tried to eat it myself because, you know, do I look like I eat food in small quantities? And the fly agaric. But most importantly, I've gotten my camera out and getting talking to camera again. So hope you're all well. I'll see you again next time. Bye for now. Come on, Danu.